Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Transparent Credit Repair, the superheroes of the financial literacy and credit repair world. If you're looking to fix your credit and open your wallet to receive money instead of paying out debts and bills, contact Transparent Credit Repair at www.transparentcreditrepair.com, or you could call them at 862-250-5122. Tell them Heritage Hip Hop sent you and receive something very special in your transaction. On this episode of the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, we go to the West and we're going to talk to a budding star, a person who's not shy in front of the camera, producing, or being on the microphone. She is someone who you may have seen on Love and Hip Hop, maybe on some other network shows that you'll hear about later. But she is someone to keep watch of because she's coming up in the game and she's showing not only does she have the skills that it takes to be productive, she has the ear to pick the right beats and to hit the sound of the day. Trap pop, that's what she calls her style. We're going to talk to Jourdin Pauline. I want you to pay attention to what she says. And we're going to come back and talk about it at the end. Only greatness of Heritage Hip Hop, so let's go.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. Today, I have someone that not only celebrates art in life, she is the life that brings art to life.
Aww.
Introduce yourself to the people, please.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jourdin Pauline.
And it's a pleasure to get to talk to you because you are, like I said, you're bringing life to art, and a lot of people are killing themselves to make trash and call it art. Hey, I'm that type of person. I'll sugarcoat anything. So instead of asking questions like how you got started in music and things like that, you're doing music, but you do so much more. So we're going to turn this thing into not a Q&A, but a speak off. You ready for that?
Okay.
So to be an artist, you have to have a voice. When did Jourdin Pauline find her voice, not her talent?
I found my voice officially maybe about 3 years ago.
How so?
Yeah. Just like me having more confidence in like the music I write and my recording method and all that. I feel like I've actually found like, okay, this is me, you know?
Mhm. Well,
yeah.
in finding your voice though, you find your purpose. Now see, that's where I like to look at music from. I listen to music for the spirit of it. What is the purpose of your music besides entertaining?
My purpose of the music is to make it timeless, for people to relate to it, to feel to it, actually be moved by it, you know. Yeah, that's pretty much my purpose behind the music, for people to actually like get married to it, dance to it, make babies to it, all that good stuff. Make it timeless. People could clean up to it, like on cleaning days, you know, blast me. That's how they used to do.
You want to make forever music.
Forever music, yes.
Instead of just hot for the moment music.
Yes.
See, when you do that, that means you have an appreciation of sound that goes back, not just an appreciation of the moment to chase a bag that doesn't exist. Yeah. Who was the first artist you appreciated, and what opened them up to you?
The very first artist I would say I appreciated as a kid was Aaliyah.
Okay.
But through like the more growth of my music and the more growth of like just me, I started to appreciate Prince, Janet Jackson, Minnie Riperton, Stevie Wonder, who else? Anita Baker. Yeah, that's what, like, you know, like once I started to really get into it as a kid, like those were the artists I always gravitated to that really moved me.
Now, judging by the artists that you said, you like more songwriters than singers. You yourself are a songwriter, and you are a performer, singer, even got bars. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I ask you a question. What is harder, to appreciate the singer for how they sing or to appreciate the songwriter for how they create?
Honestly, it's a lot of minimal talent getting away with it in today's time. So I
Mm-hmm.
would say, like, people, I would say the creative part.
Mm-hmm.
Even though that
Why?
comes easy to me,
Mm-hmm.
I would say the creative part, because not everybody off bat gets, gets it off bat, you know what I'm saying? It takes a little bit of growing and all that stuff, and you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like, you have to really believe in what you're saying and creating for people to believe in it, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was fucking with Pharrell for a long time, and now it's just him being a creative. Like, he wasn't the best singer, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, I would say the creative part.
I
Because
think
there's a
being
lot of
creative.
non-singing,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry. Yeah, good, good. Well, you're
Yeah.
right, because I think being creative is the lost art of having a talent. See, a talent
Mhm.
only gets you in the door, but your creative mind brings your talent to life.
Mhm.
By looking at how you sing and produce your music, I think a lot of your creative mind comes out in your wordplay. Let's look at the song Wet. Wet.
Mhm.
Wet.
Mhm.
Tell me about that song and the wordplay that you use on not only the hook, but how you use the song throughout, the word throughout the song.
I just feel like the beat was so hard that it didn't even need much. Like, I felt like I got my statement across, I got my point across, I got
Mm-hmm.
my repetitiveness across, and I felt like that was like all that really needed.
Mm-hmm.
Though a lot of people can't, some people really can't grasp the image of that song. It's all about perspective, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If a beat is already doing a lot, I don't really see the point in doing a lot with the beat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Simplicity could go a long way as well. So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
All right. So wait. Let's flip what you said a different way, because a lot of people don't realize the beat is just as much as an instrument as their voice. How did you know or learn when to power your voice up to influence a beat, or when to power it down so the beat can play to your talent?
Ooh, I think I honestly never really learned that. It just always came to me.
Mm.
Like, I always just knew not to do, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if, like, right now my new thing is, like, literally recording to skeletons. Like, I love skeletons right now. That's just, like, little melody, not too much, and then, like, they'll build the beat around my vocals. Because, like, since my voice is so, like, such an instrument, like, the harmonies and my ad-libs, all the stuff that I add together as collective, could already carry the skeleton beat, you know what I'm saying? But I do appreciate like a, testy beat, if it's the sounds are cohesive and make sense. But, I didn't really learn that. It just always came to me. I just always knew like, okay, since this is doing a lot, don't do a lot with it. Cause it just doesn't
Mm-hmm.
sound right. Like, even as a kid, my mom used to ask me about her artist music, like when I was like 6 years old, like, how do you like this and do you like that? And everything I would say I liked would go, and everything I didn't like wouldn't go. And like my opinions were always like really relevant my whole life. I was like the A&R. Everybody sent their artist music to me as a kid, and I had to like tell them for real,
That's
for
dope.
real.
That's dope.
Yeah,
But you described something that most people don't even have, and that's the creative ear and also the creative
yeah, the
influence.
ear.
A lot of people don't have that. And what you said about skeletons, famous story. That's how Janet Jackson's Control album was done. And also the Rhythm
Really?
Nation album. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis would send the skeleton of the song over, and they would ad-lib vocals for her to pick up on, and then she would just turn it into something totally different than what they gave her. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
Yeah.
creative genius is basically the outward expression of being able to talk to music. What language does
Mhm.
music talk to you? How do you translate it?
Music talks every language to me. The best way for me to like translate it, like even when like I'm going through a heartbreak or a hardship or anything, like the best way for me to like really feel free in my emotions is me like making a song, like. And it's crazy because I make all my happy songs when I'm sad and all my sad songs when I'm happy. Like, it takes time to process it. I don't know. Music, the language it speaks to me is like very, I don't know. I just know it's fluent as fuck. And I feel that bitch all up in me.
Okay.
Pause.
Okay. But see, that begs the question. As a creator, what is easiest for you to write? The happy or the sorrow?
I mean, happy songs are always, easy because they're happy. You know what I'm saying? The sad songs takes a little bit more because it's like you got to really tap into that emotional aspect and make sure when you lay it, your feeling is there. People feel it. It's not some bland, nonchalant song. You know what I'm saying? Like, people forget now that music should have feeling to it just as much as any human being should have feeling. Like, when people listen to it, it needs to make them feel something. And a lot of music making people not feel anything, and that's why everybody in this generation walking around so damn, fucking crazy. Like,
I get it.
because they're not feeling shit. Like the blues made people feel it, like their heartbreak, and like even the soulful music, even some pop music, it made people feel whatever the emotion was. It helped people get through their life a little easier, and that's yeah.
Well, how about this? Let's take what you said and let's flip it the other way, because nowadays hip hop has become more emotional and R&B music has become more dead, because most of the rappers are singing their lyrics, which takes away from bar play, where some of the singers are trying to rap and they're taking away the harmony to give the feeling of the song. So what do you think is more effectual to you? The lyric and the deepness of a bar, or the punch and emotion that comes with the expression of the bar?
The emotion and expression of the bar, because that'll make me think of the song. Like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, people say fire shit all the time, and it don't have no type of sense of, like, no nothing. But I would feel a song more if it had, like, some sense of, like, yo, that was, like, even if it don't make sense. Like, it's a million lyrics I got, especially in this EP I got coming out, that don't really make sense. But you gonna make it make sense in your head because you feel it. Like, I feel that, you know what I'm saying? If you feel it, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it makes sense, but, like, to an extent.
I want to ask you something, because I appreciate the art, because, like, I just love music, you know what I'm saying? This is our little boy. I was really big into music. And I'll always hear things, whether it's the ghost in the beat because something's missing, or the pain in the voice because the song was real to them. In the music industry, people will judge you off of your look besides really listening to your music. When was the first time you knew somebody heard you and then they walked away with something instead of just looking at you?
Oh, my God. The first time? Oh.
First time.
Man, my nigga. Oh, my God. This happened to me quite a few times. Like, even they walked off with my look and everything. Like, people would just be walking off and shit. But honestly, the first time was probably back in, like, 2018. I sat down at Warner, and I was playing a couple of song ideas, and then I'm thinking they wanted to sign me. I walk away. Next thing you know, seeing my artist underneath them comes out. It was like, and, yeah, she had my look and everything, and I was just like, bet, and that right there is another reason why I kind of, like, slowed down on playing my music for just any and everyone, because though people could look at you in the face and they see the talent and they see all the drive and stuff, like, it was just my numbers weren't right back then, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't have much value in their eyes, I guess, but I had value enough for them to, oh, that's good, actually. Let me, this will work for her, So, that's happened to me quite a few times, but, I rebuke it and I bind it. It's all good over here. We're going crazy. We're going up. But, yeah.
Their misconception would be our blessing, because Jourdin Pauline is dope. And everybody out there is going to listen to this, that's out there. Not only is she dope, y'all can say she look good. Look, she looks great, all right? We got that out the way. If that's what you're stuck on, this ain't for you. When you listen to songs like big bands, you'll understand that she can take the trendy, but also meet you at the trend and then take you somewhere else with the music. Tell me about big bands and what you wanted to do with that song.
What I wanted to do with that song, I actually wrote that song originally for Juice WRLD to get on, and you know, sadly his passing occurred, and I wasn't able to do that. So we ended up just releasing the song as is because I didn't even want another feature or anything. And yeah, it's just about my relationship with money, the ups and downs, and, you know, the vices, and how it's, you know, even though money is glorious, we love it, you know, it's still devilish and, you know, all that other stuff. So kind of wanted to make my own what's it called? My own,
Version,
I don't
translation.
know. Yeah. Translation, that's the word.
Okay.
With the song, yeah.
I'm about to ask you something deep because I don't want to go into all your songs today at the same time. I want to break this up because I want to enjoy this, all right?
Okay.
R&B is rhythm and blues. It's being able to move and being able to tell a feeling or emotion that somebody can understand through entertainment. Soul music is bearing your soul through beats so that you tell real life situations and either the person could jam or relate to it. What defines you more? Are you a soul music person or are you an R&B person?
I'm a R&B, but I like
Okay.
to categorize myself as trap pop. I created that genre, so if anybody else say it, it's really my genre. But trap pop.
Okay, so
I was
that's
like, who is that? I was like, hey. Sorry, my cousin just came here. My bad. I was looking at my balcony. Okay.
Okay. So trap pop, 808s, got and you got something to make you bounce to it, right? So you're bending the culture.
Yeah.
See, it takes a lot to bend the culture. See, Janet Jackson was the bending of the culture because she's the first singer with a hot dance video. Now, every female that comes out does that. That's Janet Jackson's lane. Besides Janet Jackson, yeah, because Pleasure Principle was that was it. But besides that, Madonna was the changing of the culture because Madonna took pop music and made it heartfelt pop music as well. Was Madonna an influence to you? And if she was, how did you take that influence and make it your own?
Yeah, Madonna, I love Madonna. She's influenced me a lot. Just from, I watched her documentary, I think both of them, of her on tour when I was probably like 12. And then I watched another one, about like her life and how like her journey occurred and stuff. Like maybe 4 years ago now. And just like how she carried herself and like how she like was as an artist and never took like no for an answer. Just like the image and branding that she took from herself and stuff was really inspirational. Like I love Madonna, but I'm inspired by Madonna, but like my real inspirations behind all this music is like Prince and like Aaliyah, Janet. Like I'm not discrediting Madonna at all, but
Oh no, we're not, because we're building you up. Because Madonna's known not only for her look and not only for her flair, but for the articulation of words and when she sings. You said Aaliyah, same thing. Aaliyah had flair, but Aaliyah could touch your heart with the basic of lyrics. Look at oh man, what's that song? You don't need that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. But the way she would sing, she could say the bare minimum and bring a whole lot to the air. You see what I'm saying? Same with Stevie Wonder. Going back to you though, that makes you a consummate artist because you know how to use the words and you know how to pull on the heart. When you perform, how do you know you have the heart, the eyes, and the full spirit of the listener?
when people actually respond to me and tell me that they actually feel it, it's really shocking to me because I be feeling like I'm the only one going through certain emotions. And that's not necessarily the case because, you know, it's 1,030,000, 100,000 people out there that's going through the same shit. So I just try to feel as much as I possibly can to make sure that the product I'm delivering is something that could be felt for real. People tell me that they feel it, but I don't think they feel it like in a serious state yet because they haven't heard like all my songs are like more so upbeat and like, you know, it's not nothing like really emotionally felt right now yet, but I do have a lot of music that I plan on dropping pretty soon with that being said, and hopefully I'm able to impact the way I would like to, like how Coldplay impacted me and the Smiths and stuff, like actually, you know. But yeah, that's what I'm really nervous for when I do drop my emotional shit, because like, you know, that's actually a really big ordeal for me. But I feel like people connect to it now, like, you know, Hey Hi and Spiral, the dancing, like, even though my music is fun, I feel like you can connect to it, you know. Like, who can't connect to a nigga throwing money if he want to fuck, you know what I'm saying? You got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry niggas out there that's listening, but if you want a bad bitch and you want a girl and just in general, like, it got to be a flowing fountain for both of you two, like, honestly. That's relatable. Am I wrong?
Since you went there, I think Hey Hi is a song that should be either in a movie or somewhere where it should get a lot of play, where a lot of crowds are. Because I think that's a hidden gem. I don't think that's a song that should just be on YouTube. All right?
Oh, thank you.
No doubt. Now, in hearing that song, though, that's versatility. Because big bands, yeah, you can talk about, you know, the typical trap thing that you talk, you know, the money and all that. But Hey Hi seems to be talking more about an introduction to the bigger world that comes from inside of you. What's inside of you that you want to release that the world has not heard, really, that you want to share?
Oh my God, everything, like all my hardships, everything I've been through, just, oh my God, I want everything. I want the world to know everything about me, except, you know, the extra personal shit, but I would want people to feel like, wow, I could be this girl's friend, like, I could, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is good people out here, like, I really want to be that. I would say, I just want to just prove everybody wrong, because, like, I've gotten so many no's and so many haters have crossed my path. Like, I just want to just show niggas that, look, yeah, I did it, and, like, yeah, it's a blueprint to this and that type vibe to it. And for people that's going through the same shit, I want them to know, like, this ain't easy, but you could do it too, you know? I mean, shit.
But wait, because now I got thrown off. Because look, you're doing more than what the average person that dreams has attempted. That's a victory for you right there. Now, everybody wants to be Jay-Z and Beyonce, no doubt. Those are great goals to have. But realistically, because music is so big, you should never pigeonhole yourself into just that lane. Because Jourdin Pauline is not a box artist. We don't check the box by your music. We make the box around your talent. So that means you can't be caged in because your talent is forever growing. Let's take that, though, and put it this way. You've been in front of the camera as an actress and appearing on reality shows, TV, and you've been on stage in front of the camera or in the booth as well, creating music that vibes to people's hearts. What do you prefer, and what speaks to your talent more that you say?
The music part. I can do the sprinkle frackle about reality TV. And I mean, I do plan on doing a couple action movies. I love acting. Like, I'm actually in the middle of, I got a couple roles I'm working on, but I love acting. But music, that's a whole nother, like, playing field, you know what I'm saying? I feel like without music, the world would be even more chaotic. Like, you really trying to shake some shit up in the world, take away music, for real.
Oh yeah. Well, let's play story time, me and you. I'm gonna tell you a story. You tell me how you think about it. All right? I don't know if you grew up in like a Bible, spiritual, Muslim household or anything. I don't know, but we're gonna talk spiritual right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Christian. All right, cool. So then you may know the story of King David, correct?
Yes.
All right. So before David was the king, right? He came to Saul. Saul made him a general in the army because he wanted to get with Saul's daughter. You know what I'm saying? And Saul got a little jealous of David over time because what happened? The people started making songs. So when David would come back to battle, the women would sing, Saul has killed his thousands, but David his tens of thousands. You know, they put beats to it. People was dancing, doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? Had turntables, all that, right? And Saul got pissed because the song of praise didn't come from him. So he get mad. But David was so dope that he made music too. And when Saul tried to kill him, David would play music and the savage beast would come out of him. How dope is Jourdin Pauline that she could play the beat into people and then play the monster out of people? Why don't you explain yourself that way?
Oh. I feel like my fuel is when people underestimate me. Like, I was in the studio the other day with this billionaire, very, very rich man. And, you know, they're playing their music and stuff, and then I played my music. And I just played the music that's out because I don't like to really play my unreleased stuff because there's so much shit that I've been through. So, yeah, he tried to downplay my music because, he has a couple of female artists or whatever. And then, I was like, okay, bet. So they were like, you want to go in the booth? You want to record? I literally recorded a whole, like, amazing-ass song in, like, 30 minutes. And then I left him shook. I feel like when people, like, come at me that way, it's kind of like okay, yeah, like, yeah, this like, I know what I'm here to do. Like, I'm literally born to do this. Like, so when people, have that little cocky undertone and thinking, this and this and that, I feel like that's what really be making me want to go extra crazy. And of course, what makes me like, what else? What makes me really like all my friends, for instance, are like really, really talented, like really, really amazing producers, writers, artists themselves and stuff. And when we like to uplift each other and like see the good in each other and support one another. And I feel like that's another thing that helps us all be great. You know what I'm saying? And just like when the love is there. I don't really like to, I can't really like focus on the hatred so much because like even as a kid when I was doing my writing as a kid and I had like, a few haters, there was just this, Whoopie Whoop's daughter, they didn't really take me serious. Like that was a fuel. Like I honestly feel like my whole career is just like based off people like that didn't believe in me. You know what I'm saying? That was just like, nope. She's too fat. She's too this. She's too that. She's this person's daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like my whole career is just like kind of like a middle finger to everybody. And it's also like a middle finger to my old self for me not even believing in myself that much. So,
well, that's part of life. So you're
yeah.
good. Look. Heritage hip hop was not made to follow industry standard. We bring everybody's future favorite artists to them today. You are somebody's favorite artist. All right. I don't care who told you you could not. You are doing it. So you don't measure yourself off of their expectations or opinions. You measure yourself off of what you've done because those are your goals. And I'm here to tell you, you're dope. So don't worry about that shit. Okay? Look, if I can look you in your eyes, I'm telling you, you're dope.
I feel like you're looking at me in the eye.
All right. Now, being dope means you're an artist with a purpose and a message. What song do you think the world hasn't heard yet that it needs to hear, especially in today's times?
From any artist?
From you.
Oh, from me. I have quite a few. It's a song I just wrote called "Say It," and it's an amazing song. It's pretty much saying, like, all the things I would say to someone else, I'm just going to say it to myself, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Introspective. Okay. See, that's part of the gift. You know what makes a woman beautiful, sexy, intriguing, powerful? You know what give her majesty? It's the confidence that she has to perform and to be what she is. And I say be in capital letters because you becoming the woman or the goddess that you can be comes from belief and the translation of your belief to your life. What is the biggest step you took yourself to make yourself great that if you never took, you probably never would be where you are today?
Me going out on my own and just figuring out my studio situation and just, like, making music and then bringing it back, like, look, I did it. Honestly, I felt like I needed, as a kid, I mean, because I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a kid, I felt like I needed someone else to make my dream come true. But really, all you really need is yourself and just, like, the vision and the goal there to make it come true. You know what I'm saying? You don't really need to wait on anybody to make shit happen for you. And you shouldn't wait on anybody to make shit happen for you. Just go out and do it. And I feel like once I finally just went out and said, fuck it, like, this is what I want to do, that's when it all started to come into fruition, you know?
Understandable. Yes, I understand that perfectly because that's what life is all about. It's not about always waiting for somebody. A wise man once said, if you're scared doing something, then do it scared. You got to do it, no matter what. That's the only way. Yeah, that's the only way you're going to learn. So now that we've learned, let's look at the world for what it is. Nina Simone once said that the great job of the artist is to make music that reflects the times in which we live in. With COVID-19 going on, Breonna Taylor, rest in peace. George Floyd, rest in peace, and so many others that are stories of pain or sickness or things like that. What type of music do you think you give the world, and how are you healing it through your sound?
I feel like I'm healing it through my sound by bringing something refreshing to the ears. That we've been just, literally, I feel like we've been oversaturated with subpar music for a good 10 years now. At least,
10 years?
You know?
Okay.
A little bit longer, but you know, I feel
You're right.
like we've been, but like the real bad music, you know, came within them 10 years, you know? And like, that right there is, you know, half a generation. That's half a decade, right? Or is that a decade? 10? Or is it 10 years?
Okay.
I don't know. But you feel me, like...
Yeah, I understand.
Like, all the kids, like, literally kids and all the young teenagers and adults, we're so impressionable right now. Like, we feel like we're just sponges and, like, what's out there in the world, we just soak up, you know? I feel like I've been very protected from the shit in the world. So my sponge is pretty clean. It still got all the shit that my mom and, you know, amazing people that come throughout my life installed in me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the music I'm going to be dropping is going to be like that refreshment of like bringing out these toxic ass sponges in the world, which are the kids and teens and the adults and all those people, even the elders, you know. I just feel, even though I am a little bit I say a bit of profanity and, you know, I'm a little bit lawless and stuff, I feel like it's still going to be that, like, geez, like, okay, like, this is something I could, like, groove to. Like, I want all the generations from the oldest nigga alive to the youngest little baby alive, like, they could fit. Like, they'll fuck with it. Like, you know, it covers all ground. Even though it's probably going to take time to cover all ground, I just know that that's going to be the goal, the end goal, that I'll be covering all ground.
Well, that's forever music. Because I don't know about you, but I've never gone to get music and it says, this music is only for this age bracket.
Yeah, no.
Or this music is for this. Exactly. Because if it's good, not only can you tour with a lifetime from it, it can be felt from anywhere, anyone, and anything. And that's why you are going to make it. Is because no matter what people may experience here, it's the people that you don't see. It's the people that you don't know that when they get introduced to it and they really feel it, that's when the real appreciation is going to come. And I know you're going to get there. I ain't worried about it. I don't want you to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? So let's take this to the next level and elevate a little bit, because today's world is so lacking. This world lacks love. This world lacks knowledge of self. This world lacks appreciation, and it doesn't pay homage. How do you take those things and put them into your music to make sure you stand out, not fit in?
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. I don't even try to stand out. I just, not sound weird or anything. I just actually just stand out. That's like for me just being in like my own world, looking at everybody else's world, that I just be like, I don't want to be like them. Like, I'm just going to stick to it. Like, I literally have been in my own world my whole life. Like, in my head, like, I've been famous my whole life. In my head, like, I remember being a kid, like, and just doing, like, weird stuff. And my mom and sister would be like, why are you doing that? The next thing you know, like, 3 weeks later, my sister will be doing the same thing. I don't know. I just, it's really, I can't explain it. I just can't explain it.
That's creativity. That's just creativity. Yeah. So let's be creative for a second. Tell me about your collaboration with Bonnie Dollars and how that came to happen.
How it came to happen, she sent the song to my mom. And she's actually like, you know, one of my cousins, but you know, them play cousins.
Right, got you.
You know, that she was known as a kid. And, she sent a song just asking for our opinion and stuff. And I was like, yo, this is so hard. I really want to get on it. Like, really, really want to get on it. And she was like, you don't sing on it? And I was like, no, I don't want to sing on it. Should I sing on it? And then I didn't sing on it. But yeah, I ended up writing and rapping. I actually ended up rapping, and I was so nervous to actually. And everybody that heard that song, they get so thrown off because they're like, wow, okay. Because they were expecting me to, like, rap and, you know, context of everything. But, yeah, that's how it came about. And then we started to do a couple shows, we performed in a couple strip clubs. It was fun. It was an experience, you know? It was an experience.
Well, check this out then. Let's check this out then. Being that you said that you've had fame throughout your life, what's the most meaningful thing you ever earned? No, you know you're famous. No, you're famous. What's the most meaningful? What's the most meaningful lesson that you've learned, and how did you translate that into making better music than what you did before?
How to be on key.
Talk about it.
Like actually learning how to control and use my voice. Like I knew I had a nice voice, but I know if I never like studied it and practiced it, like you have to use your voice as a singer or it'll go away. So like, yeah, that's what I feel really helped me is when I started going to vocal lessons and stuff, and actually strengthening my vocal cords to make better music. Ever since I started to do that, my music has actually been much better. I will say. That's why ever since I learned how to control my voice, like for real, like.
I will give you credit. I will give you credit, sis, because let me tell you this. Most people who sing are nasal or they sound like they're about to burp. They don't come with power from their insides. So, being that you vocally trained, what's the most powerful note that you've hit?
Ooh, I've hit some notes before, but I didn't record them. And I would be like, dang, y'all hear that? I was singing Minnie Riperton, and I remember hitting that bitch, and I was like, yo.
Okay. Now, Minnie Riperton had a high pitch. She's a classic. She's one of the most heavily sampled voices in hip hop. I mean, Lyrics to Go, Tribe Called Quest. Those of y'all who don't know, listen to it. That whole beat, that loop is Minnie Riperton. So by hitting that note, How did you put that in your music? Because some people can sing, but they can't create. And some people can create and can't sing. So how did you marry both when you hit them notes?
How did it's just honestly like a flow with it, just like not thinking about it. Like when you sing and think while singing, like it ain't gonna come out right. Like, so when I'm like really warmed up, like I was actually at vocal lessons yesterday, like, and we were going through this. When I'm really warmed up and then like just singing, like, and not even thinking about it, just going along, I'm able to have so much more of a weight to it. You know what I'm saying? I have much more of like a control, and you can add your own swag to it and all that stuff. That's honestly the trick, is just having your own swag to these like higher notes. Like, cause if you're just a bland singer that's just trying to sound like the actual song, it's harder to reach it, because that's that person's swag and that's their process of how they got there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you take the song and you're able to carry it with your own strength and your own swag and all that, you're able to conquer it a little bit better than if you were to sing it just exactly how they were singing it. If that makes sense. I don't know if that answered your question or not.
No, it makes sense, because if you don't do it, you won't understand it. And that's the thing about music. So many people, the music is so spiritual that it comes so natural that I think everybody will understand it, especially if they took it serious. You know what I'm saying? I like to say it like this. Hip hop comes from God. It's not music. Because when you break down hip hop, everything that's pivotal to hip hop is pivotal to your body. And I'm going to relate this to you in 1 second. Your heart is the drum of your body, and the drum is the heart of the beat. You see what I'm saying? So it goes together. We have a system in our body. You have your endocrine system, respiratory system, reproductive, whatever system that you have. And when they work together, they make harmony. And when your voice and your talent and the music and the beat goes together and it makes a song, that's called harmony. When we take steps, we use our feet and we walk and journey through life. When you write music, you write the notes on the steps or the bars. So you journey through sound to make music. So sis, you and your talent is the expression of God's love given to rhythm, which makes you an important person when it comes to life. You are a doctor of emotion, and you are a doctor of feeling. So, Dr. Pauline, salute. I appreciate you tonight. All right?
I appreciate you.
So understanding that, my question for you right now is this. We all want careers where we make lots of money. We all want careers where we can just sit on a couch and just sing and then just go home and stuff like that, right? So far in your journey towards that goal, what was the most meaningful song that you've made, or what was the most meaningful thing you sung that hit somebody and they told you thank you for sharing your gift?
When I released Trash, people really felt that.
Tell me about it.
Somebody was going through a breakup and they was like, girl, that song helped me, like, fuck these niggas. And I was like, thank you. What else? People say, like, they love me, and, like, you know, I'm like, you know, but I haven't gotten, like, this song changed my life yet. But I feel like once I drop my EP, I will be getting this song changed my life for sure.
Well, make sure when you drop that EP, you let Heritage Hip Hop know so we can get behind you and support you. Yeah. Tell everybody how to support you. Put your social media in the interview right now so we can get everybody clued into not only how dope you are, because we already established that, but how they can follow you.
You can follow me on Instagram at Jourdin Pauline, Jourdin, Pauline, Pauline. And my Twitter is the same. My website is the same, www.JourdinPauline.com. I'll be having much information on merch, tour, all that good stuff when tour is back open, of course. But, yeah, of course. That's everything.
Well, make sure you let us know when you come to Jersey. And everybody out there listening, listen. Jourdin Pauline is exquisite. The thing about her is that you just have to appreciate the music by listening to it. So stream her music and listen to it because it's great. But to be even more productive and better for not only herself and for you, buy the music. Some of y'all take $1 buy a bottle of water, don't even be thirsty. Some of y'all get scratch offs. That's cool. But you could fall back and spend that dollar on a song. You could buy Hey Hi. You could buy Trash. You could buy whatever you want. And guess what? When you buy it, you own it. Because unfortunately, we're in the heat wave right now. And if the heat got so hot that it took out the internet, if you don't own your music, you don't have your music. So own the song that you love. Make sure you sow into her by spending that money, and you guarantee yourself not only more music, but you give her the foundation and the platform to give the music as well. That sound good to you, sis?
Yes, sir.
All right. So with that being said, we're going to go into the rapid fire questions. You ready for that?
Yeah.
Rapid fire questions are not yes/no questions. I don't want to know who looks good and what's your favorite song and all that, because all your songs are our favorite songs. We just want to know more about what makes you you and how we can appreciate your sound and you that much more and how much you appreciate the culture. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so question number 1. What song or album perfectly defines your life that's made from another artist, not yourself?
Ew.
Okay. Well, as you see, Heritage Hip Hop don't ask the regular questions that everybody else asks. We get into your mind. So, what we looking like?
Let me think. What album that I know, like, front to back, like, I don't know.
Perfectly just talks about your life, yes. An album or a song. It could be a song.
Dang.
Cool.
I don't know.
Oh, my gosh. You tapping out?
That's a hard one. That's, like, a really, really hard one. Like,
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You wanna come back to it?
Yeah, let's come back to that one. Let's come back to it.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to that. The next question is, what makes an artist great is when they pair themselves to something social and people recognize them for their belief of the movement they've created. Tell me about Aware and why that's important to you.
As an artist, or just any human in general, as in the world, like, I feel like it's very important to have an impact. And even if it's the smallest of impacts, like, I feel like you being here with your time that you have, I feel like you should need to feel right with going away without making some sort of impact. Even if it's in someone's life or your loved one's life or, 100 million people's lives, like, I feel like it's very important to make sure that you leave an impact and a good one. I'm saying make sure you want to be remembered by your greatness and your light and not by, the negative. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's very important just like to show your humility. I feel like it's very important to show that you do have an heart and that you are a kind person. Of course, don't fake it. If you're a fucking asshole, just be an asshole. But it's good to be good, you know what I'm saying? And it feels even better. So, yeah, I feel like a lot of artists are just right now are just in this rebellious phase of like, yeah, I'm rebellious, yeah, fuck the world. But like, we can take it so far.
Okay. Well,
does that answer the question?
Well, for everybody who doesn't know, AWARE is an acronym. It stands for Artists Wanting AIDS and HIV-Related Education.
You asked about that?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you asked something else. Okay, so that's an organization I got into when I was 11 years old. My mom's artists were previously a part of that. It's just bringing awareness to the LGBT community and, you know, people that's fighting and battling with HIV and AIDS. Some people have it from, you know, accidents. Some have it, you know, of course, from sex or, you know, drug use, but it's still something that is very prevalent in today's time. I feel like if you're battling it, people tend to look down on you and, you know, show disgust in it. So it's just like the place where people come, you know, uplift one another. Of course, we're accepting donations for, of course, finding a cure, even though that shit has a cure already, which is crazy. What else? Yeah, just a list for, you know, bringing awareness to it, wrap it up, safe sex always, and, you know, put your health and your wealth first. And that's what that's all about.
That's dope. Because the artist should always, like we said, reflect the times that they live in. By reflecting education, not only do you assure yourself that you stay around forever, but you're teaching with your music as well as inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear the echo in the background.
Yeah. No.
All right. It's cool. Well, we're going to keep going. So, music lives as long as the artist gives life to it. And sometimes to give life to a song, people remix music. They either add more people or they change the beat to give the music more punch. Let me ask you a question. What's the greatest remix ever made?
Ooh. I can't even say that because then it gets canceled. But the Ignition remix was crazy.
Ignition? Okay.
Ignition.
Okay. R. Kelly. I ain't mad at you. Hey, let's do this.
Wait, hold on.
All right, but it was a great song you said, so we'll leave it just like
song,
that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it just like that. Okay. You're going to be somebody's favorite. And when you're somebody's favorite, not only is your music heard in one form of media, but everywhere else. Where would you like to go hear your music that you wouldn't suspect to hear it?
Have I heard it somewhere and didn't expect to hear it, or what should I?
No, you want to, like say you went to another country or something and you heard your song, like that'd be bugged out.
And the amusement parks.
You want to go?
I've always wanted my music in a fucking amusement park. Oh my god.
So you want to go to Great Adventure and somebody just play your song right there at the stand? Okay, hey, that's great. I've never heard that before, but that's great. All right. Okay, so here's my next question. Sometimes you could bring people on your song, and they can steal the song from you, or somebody can invite you to their song, and you can outshine them and steal their song. What artist you think has done that the best? What's the greatest guest feature ever in music history?
Actually, I did a song with my friend Kosha, and that was basically his song. Like, he killed that shit. I was gonna slide my verse out of there and just like, no, you can have it, bro. You could have it, bro. But no, like seriously, he killed that shit. I feel Drake he comes on the song and like carries the song a lot. Rihanna, of course. Beyonce, that fucking, I can't say anything about Beyonce. Yeah, it's very few artists that could be on a song or like carry it with someone equally neat. Because sometimes it's a little bit off, you know, with the features. But, you know, for the most part, they making it do what it do. But,
okay. I rock with you. Look, I'm listening to you. Now listen, let me ask you a question. Did you watch Black is King? Beyonce Disney Plus?
I haven't seen it, no.
Okay. Well, for context, anybody who hasn't seen it, Black is King is Beyonce's visual album for the Lion King Deluxe edition. And what she did was she took every song, made it a visual, but made it into a movie. Now, because you have the experience in front of the camera and you make music, I want to ask you, if you could make the perfect movie that's a visual of all your songs, how would it be done, and what would you like it to look like?
Oh, I would want it to look like the late 90s. Like 98, 97. And going on to like 2002. And
so you want the jean shorts and the boots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. I know it sounds really random, but actually, no. I want to do something based in the 80s, in the like the 90s, 80s, late 80s, 90s, and like the South Central of like Los Angeles hood, because like the stories I hear from like LA hood days and stuff, I would like to see that.
Okay.
But like a different perspective of it, like, you know, people of course have done it, but like I want to do it like to that really real shit, like with the Jerry Curls and like the Cortezes and the Dickies and like that real 80s fucking gangbanging shit, but like a cooler one. Because like I hear so many stories from like all the old people I know and stuff, and I'm like, dang, that sounds so fun. Like I want to really like the roller skating was such a thing. Like they used to be on Road on Wheels all the time. Like I want to like, I would love to do that. Yeah. Then like dressed up with the high waisted mom jeans on with a little belt. And, like,
so there you go. That's the emphasis of one of your future videos that we can't wait to see on heritagehiphop.com. All right.
That's gonna be hard.
So let me ask you this: as an artist, everybody wants to make their dream song. You've worked with great producers, and you've worked with artists that are very capable. I want to ask you this question: if you can make your dream song, who's doing the beat and who's featuring on the song with you, if there are any, dead or alive, no restrictions?
Drake and Pharrell.
That's it?
Yeah, Drake and Pharrell and Pop Smoke on the ad-libs.
Oh, okay. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. There you go. All right. Very trendy. I got you.
Yeah.
My next question is this. What song perfectly describes your life? Song or album made from another artist?
You bringing this back.
Yes, I am.
What are you thinking? Okay. Oh, Aaliyah's last album. No, that's it right there. I love that album.
The one where she was alive or the one where she wasn't alive?
The Aaliyah album, the very last one.
Okay. Okay.
The Red. It's Aaliyah.
Okay.
It is amazing.
Okay. That's dope. And I appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Karev speaking with Jourdin Pauline, your future favorite artist, and you're welcome because we gave you a gift today by talking with her and giving you perspective on who she is. I have two more questions and then we're going to finish out. That's okay with you?
Okay.
Part of heritage hip-hop is blurred hop, which is celebrating comic book, anime culture, and cartoons and things like that. And today's generation of hip-hop and music, I call the anime generation because everybody's so colorful and they're so lively and they give off a lot of emotions, right? I want to ask you, what is your superpower and how does the world benefit from it?
My superpower is remaining a good person. Cause like, I feel like, I don't know, I just can't, I can't bear seeing someone go through a hard time or just like down on themselves. Like, I really cannot bear that. Like, I really want to be that person for everyone. To like, I want to make everybody feel better. Like, I feel like that's my superpower of just like, even though it's very extending and it's very draining to yourself, I just want everyone to feel good and, you know, loved. I feel like my superpower is loving one another and still being a light and still being nurturing, catering to individuals that, you know, in general, everybody I meet, like, I just want my presence to come off as like, wow, like, that was refreshing, like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really, I thought that's the superpower for me. Humility is a superpower in general, like, here to spread God's love and God's gift, that's all. So.
No, I love it. And I thank you for giving us an answer because now we get to the most important question of the first interview that I do, which means we have an open door policy. So if you would ever like to come back to Heritage Hip Hop, not only are you welcome, but hey, we're here for you. Like I said, I don't believe in phony relationships. I'm like, yeah, as long as you're hot, you can come back. No. As long as you have a story to tell, the door is always open. And that leads us to the most important question. 1,000 years from now, Dr. Pauline, as I called you, you're not going to be on this planet. Now, before we continue, may the Most High bless you and your family so that you don't lose anyone in any time immediately.
Thank you.
Okay? Because so many people are going through that right now. But 1,000 years from now, you're not going to be here, and there's going to be like an earthquake somewhere, and a car is going to flip over, like an air racer or something, right? And it's going to flip over, and when the car is on its upside down, the radio is going to activate, and then somebody's going to hear your music coming out of that car 1,000 years from now. Your music is going to be introduced to a brand new generation of people who's going to learn your name. The most important question I'm going to ask you is, what is the legacy you left on the world by doing music, and how did you make the world better by doing such?
Just being real, being transparent, and sharing my true feelings and not being a phony or a phony with it. This isn't just for show. This is really me, and this is really who I am, and I want to make sure people take it and love it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when you're yourself with your music and you're just doing, like, what you feel and what you feel is right. Like Brent Fayez, for example, he dropped, it took so long for people to even appreciate how amazing he is as an artist, which is crazy to me because he's so amazing. But I feel like as an artist, when you do what you do and you stay your course and you run with what you believe in and you stay yourself, I feel like the impact is much bigger, and I feel like everyone is going to take away from that. That's why now even Michael Jackson is so fucking influential still to this day, because like, you know, like even Prince, like all the greats, Bob Marley, Jimi Hendrix, they were themselves, and they stuck their course, and they stuck to what they felt, and that's what makes you timeless, and that's what makes you fuckwittable for life, you know.
Well, everybody out there that's listening, she gave you the keys to life. Love yourself, get knowledge yourself, and always be true to yourself. Because unfortunately out there, a lot of people like to try to take from you, but if you know and love yourself, they can only take what you give them. And only give them your greatness so that you can inspire them, and if they hate, they gotta find their way around you, because darkness cannot stand next to the light. With that being said, this is Karev with the incredible Dr. Miss Jourdin Pauline on the line, and we close this interview off by saying peace, and we out.
Bye.
See what I mean? Great music is made by great minds. And in today's society, we're seeing the great minds form right in front of us. And Jourdin Pauline is an artist who's not only taking shape in front of us, but she's making sure that she puts herself in position to make forever music that is generational and lasts a lifetime. So enjoy the journey with her by checking out her music and have fun, man. Life is too serious, too morbid, especially today, with everybody pandemic'd out, stressed out, presidential elections looking crazy. Sometimes we need to kick back away from the seriousness and just enjoy life and each other. So shout out to Jourdin Pauline and her team. We wish you more success, sis, and change the world, because that's what God put you here for. This episode of the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast is brought to you by Transparent Credit Repair, the superheroes of the financial literacy and credit repair world. If you're looking to fix your credit, check them out. www.transparentcreditrepair.com, or you can call them at 862-250-5122. All right. We're also brought to you by www.heritagehiphop.com. Go to the website and subscribe. Join our website, and you will be treated to the Heritage Hip Hop Award Show, August 29th. That's right, this Saturday. The Heritage Hip Hop Award Show is coming, and we have 3 awards to give away. The Govmatic Award for people who salute and take hip-hop culture not only through music but outside of the genre. We have the Project of the Year Award dropping, and we also have the Artist of the Year Award dropping as well this Saturday on heritagehiphop.com and Heritage Hip Hop YouTube. Make sure you stay tuned. I'd like to give a shout out to our team that's making it possible. Shout out to Fatty's Place, our virtual assistant. Shout out to Fire Jaws, our resident MC, marketer, promoter, placement specialist. Shout out to Transparent Credit Repair. Shout out to Lex Diamonds, Diamonds Entertainment LLC, DIEMENZ. And also ADR, DJ Big A, who you can find the Big A Show on YouTube at AHDAYAR. We have something very special coming for everybody who's helped the Heritage Hip Hop platform grow. So please, if you want to grow with us, subscribe to our website. That's where you hear all the podcasts. You can also follow us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, and share everything so we know that you're there. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. Heritage Hip Hop represents the hip hop culture in its entirety. Music, media, society, politics, culture, period. So if there's anything that you would like to talk about, this is a platform that's open to you. We do not deal only with music. We are God's culture, and God made us plentiful with many different talents and gifts, and we celebrate all of those. So whether you're a dancer, a politician, an artist, comic book drawer, anime fan, anime drawer, anything that deals with building up our culture, our hip hop culture, we celebrate it on Heritage Hip Hop. So once again, thank you for listening to our fabulous interview with Jourdin Pauline. We have more coming, more nominated artists, and soon to be award winners. So with that being said, this is Karev saying peace, and we out.